Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the step-up spawn that just came out for the new 37 cost weapons and 38 cost armors. Looks like they're loving the step-up spawn scenario and situation they got going. I can't tell if people are doing this a lot, or they just really want to test to see who bites and who doesn't bite and what's not. So, let's go over this one. And I personally think they screwed up consistently coming out with these, and I honestly think these are tested more than people actually doing the spawn. I understand if a spawn's good, they like to consistently push it out because it gives them more gems, but compared to their last results, which I'll talk about in a second, which is kind of dumb for them to do, I think this is more of on a test type wide situation and scenario than an actual people like this so much that they're consistently doing this. I personally hope you aren't, unless it's like the last one. The last one was a pretty good deal, but this one, on the other hand, it's less worth it than it was for the last one. And we're going to talk about that in this one. So, the abilities that they have, the attacks that they have, are all something to do with, they're not overpowered. They're not super duper special. They do a tad bit more than, for sure they do more than the regular attack. But all they do, really, the main thing they do besides the damage or the heals that they do, is increase Dark Elemental attack by a certain amount for 20-30 seconds or something like that. So, that's pretty much what they do. Now, I do want to see, these do increase it by slightly higher than the other Bulwark stuff. So, instead of the Bulwark stuff has attacks that only increase it by 2. These increase it by 3, so that is something to note right there. Pretty much, also, I think the Bulwark ones that have their little Bulwark moves are also, if I recall correctly, their ability is, it takes a while to activate. Like, let's say, not activate, but it costs more to activate is what I'm trying to say. So, I think I have one right here. We could talk about this one right here. Yeah, it costs 12. And then the cooldown time is 8, so that right there is very, very good, how they have that instead. It also looks like they do slightly more damage, so 1 second less. The rate costs less, it gives a higher elemental boost, and it does slightly more damage to the Bulwark. But they pretty much, in similarity, work the exact same way. And then we got the skills, which are the Dark Sword Banner, chance to greatly increase physical and magical attack, ability power when using ability power skills with Dark Elemental, value of the gear you have equipped, skill activation rate is boosted against light enemies. So, these right here are pretty much the best, if not the best, Dark Elemental set you can use against either Light Elemental or Time. Now, keep in mind with Time, which I wish they kind of like brought up by now, but they haven't. It says the skill activation rate is boosted against light enemies. It doesn't say time enemies. So you may have a tad bit of trouble getting this to activate against time enemies. But if you use this against light enemies for sure, you're going to see great returns, great results for sure. Considering that it's the double XL instead of the XL. So it's even better than before. So right there, very, very good that they got that going. So let's talk about the rest of the step-up spawn. Okay, so looks like they're not going to be giving any of the rates whatsoever in here. So what they got going is a cost 27 or higher SSR gear piece, one cost 28 or higher SSR gear piece, and then one guaranteed select SSR gear piece at the very end. And that's what I don't like. Compared to the mermaid step-up spawn, the mermaid in the second step, this is why I could say, like, if you want like gear score, this isn't a bad deal whatsoever. This is cheap, like when the mermaid was here for us. I was saying, like, this is cheaper than a treasure spawn. This is a very nice spawn. It may not have the best skills, but for sure, you're getting a good deal. Like, I like completely went to the 40 gem part because I knew I was getting an armor piece. So if I wanted to get only either a weapon or an armor, there's no telling how much spawns I have to do to really get that, because they only offer in the last step. In the previous one with the mermaid, the second step offered one armor piece guaranteed that was featured, and then the last step offered one weapon piece that was guaranteed with the feature. And that's what I really like, but this one doesn't do that. This one, you're only getting one throughout the whole step up, and it could be, the reward pool is so wide, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You'd be getting consistent armors or consistent weapons that you may or may not need consistently. And it looks like it's not the exact same price. It looks like it's actually going to be 20 gems cheaper, but still, that was a much better deal, I think, when they had like the armor and the weapon guaranteed separated within the full step up. Both of them you could get within the full step up in separate step parts. That right there was a lot better. But anyways, moving on from there, like I said, this is going to be more random than the previous step up spawn with the mermaid gear. So if you were scared of that being too random, this is going to be even significantly more random than that. But I will say, on the flip side, for this gear, it is the highest cost, so it's going to give the highest gear score, and its abilities are not exactly good for most things, except they're great. They're absolutely great for light, and when you're fighting light monsters, or not light monsters, but when you're fighting when you're doing really difficult light quests, like for example, the Visitor from Void right here. This is an example right here. When you're doing difficult quests like these, or like the light 40 cost dragon, having that dark bulwark double XL will be significantly helpful. It will help a crap ton if you get the right type of gear from it, that is. Will you need it to beat these types of missions and quests? No. There's Dark Bulwark gear already out if you already have that. Or if you just have the right monsters in the first place, you're good to go. But it will definitely make it easier if you actually get it. Or it will increase your chances if you're having difficulties to actually beat these types of quests, because they will help out a lot, especially if you have already high elemental for attack and high elemental for defense. That skill boost that you're getting will probably be like a god leap. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say about the spawn and everything surrounding it. I'm personally not gonna be even thinking about doing this again. Like I said, it's not needed. It will help significantly though if you do grab it, and I already have some Dark Bulwark stuff. Maybe not the best in the game, but I'm good on Dark Elemental Attack and Dark Elemental Defense right now. Like, my Elemental Attack for Dark is like 37. I have my set still active. Yeah, it's actually like, I might need to change it around. Yeah, I'm going to need to change it around. It's still the old one. The Archer event. There it is, right here. So yeah, it's 37 right now. 37 attack, 204 defense. I would have it higher, but I don't have a lot of cost for that, so I kind of gotta suffer. But I got like a field buff right here, Kumba here to sweeten the deal. I got Belva to help nullify Unison Gouge reduction. I got Pom Pom for Piercer and her abilities that she has, and Yashimaru. So I have either a range from good to decent monsters for fighting light enemies, so I'm pretty much set on that. I really don't need it. In fact, as you see, I already completed Purgatory a few times, so I don't need the gear. It helped, but I absolutely don't need it. So that's an example right there. Hopefully that gives you some clarity when before or after doing the spawn. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.